And we're there. Hello to everyone that's already watching over on YouTube. We can see your comments already. Yeah, that's us. We're live. We are live.
All there.
So I'd say if you're watching, do pop a hello in the comments, but some people have already beaten us to it. Waving at Willow over in California. And Jill in Colorado and Lizzie in Carmarthenshire. That's quite a stretch across the planet. Welcome. Lovely to have you join us. And Diane. Hi, Diane. Good evening, Hazel.
Hello.
Lots of people watching. You know, it comes up and tells us you're watching. There's no hiding. Good evening, Kerry. Good. Hi, Deb. Lizzie says, think Willow and I have swapped weather. Good evening, Jenny.
It's been lovely here today, isn't it? Really fresh. Oh, lovely.
Been out in the garden today.
Yes. Been out doing bits and pieces.
Let me just, someone's asking to come in. Let me just let you in.
So you have to do that. I agree. I can do the ones I know the names of.
Hi, Xenia.
Hello.
I can't see everybody's names, but
I cannot. I've got them up on here. Hi, Suzanne. Good evening, Hannah. Good evening. Good evening. Evening. Hi, Catherine. Hi. Oh, let's turn the volume off my phone. Otherwise, I'm listening to myself. Was that you? Getting my voice coming back at me. Oh, good evening, Green. Hi, Xenia. Hi, Cherie. Oh, lots of people from America. Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good evening, Sam. Currently in the garden starting a barbecue. Hope Facebook carries on working. Yeah, technology. We hold no responsibility for technology. I wish we did. I wish we could control it. But there you go. Hi, Morgana. Hi, Anne. We will give a couple of minutes for people to find us and doing all their hellos, because we've got a lovely, lovely community of people, and we are very, very pleased that you will join us. So thank you for that. We're missing Heather today because she's gone on a jolly to Glastonbury. So we're waiting to hear what sort of chaos she's caused in Glastonbury. Hi, Heather.
Hi, Maria.
Hi, Leslie Ann. Maria says, tried to watch the TV, but it's not having it. Good, that's because I've got no makeup on. It's my auntie don't put me on the television screen. Oh, no, Xenia's got us on the big screen. No, don't. Eric's fast asleep under the blanket. He's...
Don't understand the chewing on... I'm hoping one of his toys. I think so. Yeah, it is, yeah.
It's that time of the evening when the doggos are fast asleep.
Yeah.
He's been a pain in the butt all afternoon. But, Colin went to Swansea today. Very nice. He was. He likes the sunshine, so he was out on the patio doing his downward-facing dog, or whichever one it is.
Picture is brilliant.
Yeah, it was funny. He's a funny little bean. Heather's about to vacuum. That's very industrious. Jenny, yes, Jenny says we need a list of everything bought in Glastonbury. We'll get Heather on that when she gets back, Jenny.
She's been arrested.
If she's not been arrested, yeah. It's quite difficult to get arrested in Glastonbury. Yeah. You have to do something really quite serious. Well, let's get some of these up here. Let's get some.
What is she taking home? That's the question.
Well, her husband is watching Clue on the TV, or else she would be there. Well, that's just rude. I don't know that one. I'll have to look that one up. Hi, Emma. You should never hoover on a Friday, says Diane. I try not to do it any day, really. But good evening, Amanda. So welcome to Waffling Witches. For those that I know, when we first called it Waffling Witches, there was a bit of confusion. We don't mean the waffles that you eat with syrup and cream and fruit on, although, you know, we wouldn't turn them down, obviously.
Nice.
Waffling is an English term meaning just talking about nothing, really, which we do very well. We are professional at waffling. Let's put this one. It says
my curtains again.
Recall going to Glastonbury in February with a big shopping list, found everything. There are some very interesting shops there, very interesting shops. Disappointed Willow, let's put it away. Sorry. You can have waffles if you've got them.
You guys have maple syrup, don't you? That's maple syrup.
We do.
We have. Well, we have it over here, but it's normally the golden syrup, and that is not the same as maple syrup. Is amazing.
What really is confusing then is in America you have flapjacks, which are your big fluffy American pancakes, your stacked pancakes. They call them flapjacks. We call flapjacks over here little oatmeal cookie things, oatmeal and golden syrup cookies. It gets very confusing, and I'm going to put this out there. Stack pancakes, maple syrup and bacon. No.
Yeah,
it's very, very weird. I'm going to cause arguments now. Stack pancakes and syrup. Yeah, lovely. Bacon, no. Not near pancakes or syrup. That's going to cause a fight.
Sort of a sweet thing. A sweet thing, not a savoury and sweet thing. It's a bit like the salted and sweet popcorn, isn't it? You can buy that mixed together, and that to me is a bit strange. I prefer the salted popcorn, but the fact that you can get it mixed is very bizarre.
Yeah, it's strange. It's strange. Green says it is National No Housework Day in the States. I like that idea.
Oh, yeah.
I did. I can't see whose name that is. Just put potato waffles in there. Now, potato waffles, they're from my 70s childhood. Potato waffles. Nikki says 6 a.m. here, hoping it was waffles for brekkie. Yeah, I'm sorry. We can't deliver. Lizzie says got you on the TV. Oh no, far too big. Sue says pancake syrup bacon. No. Pancake syrup bacon and egg. Yeah, bacon and egg on one side in a sandwich, and then pancakes and syrup on the other side.
I think Rachel's going to switch them all off.
They are green. Put them on separate plates. This is Heather. How can you talk about food after that amazing feast Emma cooked? Yes, our daughter did an Easter dinner last night. It was yummy.
Oh, that really looked good. Those cheesecake.
This is Leslie Ann. Bacon is often the answer to everything, Leslie Ann. Absolutely, absolutely. Just checking these. Sometimes the name doesn't come. This is Colin. This is Colin. Used to go to the Texas Pancake House in London many years ago and used to have $5 silver, which pancakes with maraschino cherries. Now that sounds very nice. Stop talking about food. It's us. Come on. I'm just surprised we've actually got into food so quickly. This is Kerry. I wholeheartedly agree. Bacon belongs in a butty. And for those of you who don't understand what a butty is, we have a very, very lovely cafe that we go to locally to us. We go there regularly. They are such lovely people, run by a Turkish family. Pete ordered a jacket spud the other day, and she had no idea what spud was. we had to say jacket potato, jacket spud, because she wasn't familiar with the word spud, and she was telling us that someone had ordered a bacon butty that day as well, and she had no idea what a butty was either.
Oh,
It's
yes.
our English. It's our English.
But they're nice.
But yeah. Willow, my dad used to put a fried egg on top of his pancakes. No, it's wrong. I don't respect your dad, but no. Senia, bacon is love. Bacon understands. Oh, Emma Scott's on the TV as well. No TV. Hi, Eve. Yes, I can see. We can see you. Lots of lovely people. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. So we could probably talk about pancakes and bacon all day, but let's not, because now, well, we could, but it's the first time we've done a Waffling Witches for a while, and subjects kind of appear. They just seem to. And this week we've had quite a few of our students say they've had a dreadful 2023 so far, that bad health issues, unexpected household bills, people in hospital, and all sorts of negative stuff going on. And I would just like to say, I hear you. I wholeheartedly hear you. 2023 sucks as far as I'm concerned. So far, yes. Yes, I'm with. And so many people then kind of came in on that and said, yeah, actually, it has been rubbish, and it has. So, Green, you're right. The world has gone mad. Ria's just had a massive bowl of pasta and tuna. Yum. That sounds very nice. I was very British today. We had fish and chips and mushy peas for lunch. Mushy peas, yum. Very British, but yum. So I think, yeah, everything's kind of, apparently there's lots of planets doing ridiculously stupid stuff, which are being blamed for all. But there's definitely some negative stuff going on, and it has been for this. Yes, Emma's agreeing as well. And Hannah. Yeah, it's rubbish. It's been rubbish. So, and my heart goes out to everyone, because, yeah, we hear you. We might all be in our own little boats, but we're all on the same ocean. So today's kind of theme became, okay, we're witches. We've got a toolkit that most people don't have that can help us with life, with changing the energies, with clearing out the negative stuff, with bringing in the positive stuff, with changing what's happening. We've got the toolkit that most normal folk don't. And I use the term normal, quite loosely. What's normal, really? Sue's mother-in-law joined the gang on Thursday, broke her leg in 3 places. Oh, ouchie. That's not good. And Diane said fish and chips and mushy peas for tea. Must be the day for it. Must be the day for it. Someone else said just had fish and chips too. Yeah, it is. It's Friday. You can't have fish and chips on a Friday. So that's what we're going to look at today. So if anybody's got any ideas, how do you, as a witch, as a pagan, as a magical worker, how do you change the energy? If you feel that something's not right, how do you change it? What is it that you do magically that can turn things around? I must admit, the beginning of year was all a bit stuff going on, and I realized that I hadn't done my daily devotions for a while. So I did actually set up a new altar. I've been delving into Roman stuff. So I actually set up a Roman household gods altar, and I've been doing that. But, stuff gets in the way. And sometimes you think, I haven't done that today. Haven't, appeased the gods. But I think that for me, the altar is kind of if I'm feeling disconnected, or if I'm feeling that things aren't quite right, I will clear my altar and I'll dress it, clean it, and redress it. That's kind of my starting point, I think, from a magical point of view. But I think too, it's also about recognizing, isn't it, where it comes from, what's causing it. Because there's a lot of mundane stuff going on as well. If there's those planets arsing about, but there is a lot of mundane stuff as well. I think it is also about recognizing, acknowledging, and accepting that sometimes things are out of your control, and you have to realize how you can deal with them in the best way. Some stuff is going to happen, whatever you do, and it is about kind of sorting out how you deal with it. Someone actually on the group earlier asked about cord cutting, which we will have a look at in a bit as well, because some of this can be caused by toxic situations, toxic people. Cord cutting is a good way of doing that. Health is another one. Health seems to have been a big one. Health we can help ourselves with a lot. I know it's easier said than actually doing. Releasing is another thing. If you're holding on to unresolved issues, if you are holding on to negative stuff, if you are holding on to bad memories, bad habits, bad cycles, it festers. So that doesn't help as well. So there's a lot of things that are underneath it all. If you can work out if there are any underlying issues, then you've got a good sort of starting point as well. Let's get some of these up. Willow, visualize glittery pink energy around me and then radiating out. Visualization is a good skill to work with. I'm going with the pink glitter now though, because that's a good idea. If it's really bad and I want to be somewhere away from it, I visualize it as a positivity grenade. Love it. Visualization is a good one, isn't it? Because it's cheap, it's easy, it's free. And it changes your mindset, isn't it? It's about changing the way that you think about things, and about how you work with things.
So take yourself off, can't you? Sort of just away from that, even if for a few minutes.
Yeah. I'm just going to put Jenny's up. Jenny's summed it up. There are no other words, really, Jenny. You've summed it up there. This one is the very wise and knowledgeable Leslie Ann. Looking forward to seeing you soon too. It's less about what's happening than how we respond to it. Yes, there's always something to be grateful for, as well as something to be patient with. Yeah, patience is not my virtue. But very wise words, Leslie Ann, definitely. Sue, I feel the need to set up a little house for my household spirits, the lairs. This is what I did. I set up a Roman altar, and it covers my household gods, the household spirits, and my gods. The house definitely needs some attention. I think it does pay to connect. I talk about connection a lot, connecting with the genius loci, the spirit of place. Definitely. Letting go of stuff. I haven't got a name come. Oh yeah, I haven't got a name on that one. Sorry. Letting go of the stuff I have no control over is my big issue right now. I'm very bad at that. Control freak. Yeah, letting go of stuff that you have no control over is it. Yeah. I think it's interesting actually how many people are going through stuff at the minute, and I think it's also important to know that you're not alone going through it as well. We're all struggling. Xenia, go to the forest mindfully, breathe the forest in, soak in the greenery, hug a tree, sit under a tree with the back at the trunk, connect, breathe, slowly listen. Trees are good healers and help to unwind. They are. Well, nature is absolutely, it's nature.
I think, that's one of my go-tos is getting out there somewhere that I can, connect with, that speaks to me, normally like, a bit of woody area or something like that. And I think just getting out there and connecting, and it takes you away, because sometimes I think as well with the like being indoors, all the you know, particularly I mean, we love the computer stuff. It's how we all connect and everything. But sometimes I think you can get overloaded or sort of electrical things and everything. And
Guilty.
Yeah. I mean, we need them all. We do need them all for our lives and everything. But sometimes escaping from that for a little while is good.
This is Emma. After a good cry, very releasing. That's another thing, isn't it? Being able to release things. Get my witch hat on and cleanse myself with a shower or wash with salt. Then the house with cleansing herbs, and visualization is great too. Yep, all good, all good. I'm just having, this is Kerry. Not that one. This is Kerry. Technology. You mentioned technology.
Also, yeah.
I've done cord cutting where I burnt something negative. Now trying to create a witchy vision board to bring in the good stuff. So let's have a quick word about cord cutting now. Then it is and can be incredibly simple. Cord cutting is, to all of the people that you meet, to all of the people that you have interactions with, it might be family members, work, it might be friends, invisible cords form that connect you to those people. Now, if it's a bad relationship or a toxic relationship or causing you grief, then those cords no longer are a friendly, good, positive thing. They can cause you quite a lot of pain. So cord cutting is about cutting and letting go of those invisible cords that connect you to that person or people. You can do it with pure visualization. Sit quietly as you would in meditation, visualize and see that cord connecting you to that other person, and in your visualization, cut it, disintegrate it, release it, let that person go. You can do it physically in spell working with an actual piece of cord. You can put a photograph of the person or a representation of the person at one end of the cord and you at the other, and literally cut it with scissors. Obviously, you've got to back this up with your energy. If you just cut a piece of cord, then you're just cutting a piece of cord. You've got to back it up with the visualization, the energy, the will, the intent that you are going to let that person go. Ness, I think you had something to add about cutting cords, didn't you?
Yes, yeah, it's not to be done lightly. I have done one. I won't go into full details, but it, with the intent, you've got to be absolutely sure. And how much of the emotional, it can be just sort of negative detachment. It can vary from the negative, to the whole thing that you want someone completely out of your life. So that you've got to be absolutely sure with the intent that you know what you're doing, because I don't think there's any coming back from it. I did one, and the idea was to stop emotional. There was a lot of negative emotions attached to it. Things have been sorted out with the person, but that overriding cord cutting is still there to a point where the relationship isn't quite what it used to be. And I think that's because of that. So yeah, be very mindful when you do one.
Yeah, they work very well. So it's about making sure that that's what you really
Not scaring anybody, but just sort of like, you've got to be, don't do anything in anger. Don't do anything like,
be responsible for what you put out there. Magic comes with responsibility. Yeah, definitely. Thank you. Maria says, what are the lairs? Lairs are what the Romans called household spirits, basically. Fascinating. It is all fascinating. Xenia, as many bad things that happen, there are also good things to find. They might just be little. I think that's it, isn't it? I think it's in the really bad times, it is about remembering that there is a lot of good going on as well. And sometimes it is difficult to do that, though. It is. Green, that's in my head clearing space today. I'm going to the back of our property today to go foraging for morels. Yum. It's the season now, and it helps me ground with nature. Perfect. That's a very good sentiment. That's Colin. Worry about the stuff you can change, not the stuff you can't. Easy to say when you are a warrior like me. Not so easy. Not so easy. Amanda, I've only managed Oracle card pulls lately, and that has been sporadic as feeling so overwhelmed. Also, we are planning to move, and I feel my house is sad. I've been here 20 years, and I feel reluctant to leave her, and the atmosphere feels down indoors too, if that makes sense. It does, absolutely. You form a connection with your home, and your energy fills the house. So it's going to feel a little bit sad, but it's about memories, I think, from that point of view, Amanda. Remembering the positive stuff that happened there.
Maybe some sort of thanking ritual or something for all the, the years that you've been.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
This one is Cherie. Finding it increasingly important to ground regularly with crystals. Yep. Crystals are brilliant for grounding. Grounding and centering on a regular basis just kind of keeps you in check, doesn't it? Yeah, Diane, a lot of this is easier said than done. Nikki, daily grounding is so important. Dirt has good microbes that help make you happy. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Actually, talking about crystals, Ness, do you want to, Ness worked quite a lot with crystal skulls, don't you? And you've got a little thingy to show us.
I will if I pop it up. If I can remember how to do it.
Do you want me to do it? You're right there.
I think it might be. Oh no, I put banners up. We don't want banners, do we?
Hang on, do go. It's going to block your face out though, so here it comes. There you go.
There we go. I made this earlier. Obviously I knew what the topic of conversation was going to be, and I just felt drawn to do a crystal grid. It's something I do work with a lot. Each crystal has its own energies, but together they will form something quite powerful. And today, I do normally use my tumble stones, but today I picked up my clear quartz, and for some reason there was a load of other skulls that were jumping out as well, so they got included in it. I'm going to pick this up. Obviously, you're not going to see it. The one at the top is ocean jasper, and that is good for relieving stress and tension, and it instills happiness and positivity. So that was the first one that I put on there. To the left, obviously, we've got rose quartz, which is love, friendship, and very for inspiration as well, for sort of good, happy vibes. Then we've got green aventurine, which is also, that's a heart healer. So that is sort of like, being kind to yourself, being good to yourself. And then we've got fluorite, which that is a mental cleanser. So anything going on upstairs, you just sort of, that will help perhaps sort some things out that you're having trouble with, perhaps it will give you some clarity. Sodalite, that is also good for emotional balance. And the small white howlite is for relieving stress as well. And right in the middle, we've got clear quartz skull, which ties them all together. But I also put 3 points round as well, so they all sort of will join each crystal skull to the other one. It is quite a powerful grid. I sort of feel the energy sitting here now with it, and I thought, well, I would set that up and send that. There's some focus. We'll pop that on the Kitchen Witch covering page. So if you want to sort of focus on that, then you can do.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But crystal grids are quite nice to work with, aren't they? You don't have to have crystal skulls. You don't have to have big crystals or expensive crystals. You can do it with tumblestones, can't you?
Yeah, I mean, I did have my bowl of tumble stones, and then they tend to shout a bit loud, my crystal skulls. So, so that was, yeah, just got. I mean, I did have 2 other ones as well. I've got rose quartz, tumble stone, and snow quartz as well. Snow quartz is lovely. That's a really soft, huggy energy I get from that. So that's good for making you feel a bit loved.
I like crystal grids, and even if you don't have crystals, you can do the same with pebbles and shells and natural items, can't you, as well?
Yeah,
It's just to boost the energy, isn't it?
I add in tarot cards as well, oracle cards.
Yeah, that works really well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right, let's
That's another focus, isn't it?
getting some of these comments. Yeah, this is Leslie Ann again. It doesn't it? Negative chords always remind me of the chains around Jacob Marley when he came to visit Scrooge.
Ooh,
and
yeah.
if you are not visualizing the Muppet Christmas Carol now, we can't be friends. But yeah, it's a good description, isn't it? It is a good description. This one is Hannah. I've taken practical steps job-wise and I'm waiting to start a new one. It's actually a good point. We work lots of magic. Magic helps. All of our skills help. Visualization, crystals, herbals, spell working. Someone mentioned candles earlier. It all helps. It all helps focus. It can all help clear away negative energy. It can help bring in the positive, but you've got to back it up sometimes with the mundane. So if it is the job that's causing you a problem, then you can work all the magic you like, but if it's not the right job for you and that's what's causing the issue, then you will have to look at doing something on the mundane side as well. Most spells need to be backed up with doing some practical stuff as well. That's just how it goes, but we get an edge. If you're a witch, you've got an edge. This one is Senia. Whatever releasing, cleaning, protecting or banishing ritual can help because we step into action. In 2020, I had done a protection ritual against COVID. It made me feel better and less fearsome. It did. Working magic can make you feel stronger and more confident, definitely. This one is... I'm looking at the names on some of these. I apologize if I can't see your names. Sometimes they come up, sometimes they do. I'm not sure who this is, but it's good. Like to visualize cutting, then burning the cords. I find fire very cleansing. Fire is destructive. It burns, it removes, and it is complete destruction. But it's also very cleansing and very, it renews. It leaves a clear space for you to then, it's the phoenix, isn't it? It's the phoenix rising from the ashes. But remember, if you are clearing out negative stuff, and there are the usual things, smudge your house with smoke or sound or salt water or however you like to clear your house, go through the house, clear out the negative energy. But remember to put positive energy in its place. Nothing loves a void more the negative energy. So if you've cleared out the negative stuff, make sure that you go around and put the positive stuff back in as well. Otherwise it'll just happen all over again. Maria, I would do Monopoly pieces and be the boot. Well, I'm not sure who said, with great power comes great responsibility, which is a quote from Spider-Man. You're impressed, I know that, aren't you? Willow, accentuate the positive. Now everybody sing. You don't want me singing. You really, really don't want me singing.
I sing in my car by myself.
Yeah.
When all windows are wound up.
I can't see on here who this is. How is cord cutting different from calling back our energy? It's a very similar thing, isn't it? But I think it's releasing the other person. I think the important part is that you are acknowledging that you no longer need that person in your life. You want to make a break from that. But yeah, calling back in your own energy, because we do. We invest our own energy in lots of other people. So it's, yes, quite useful to call back our own
physical representation, isn't it? Cord cutting, it's sort of visualising that.
This is Catherine. Find setting the intention to remain balanced amid chaos going on around helps. Inside to outside kind of thing. Yep, good advice. Very good advice. There's lots of chaos outside at the moment. There's lots of chaos in the world, really. It's how you deal with it, isn't it? I'm not sure who this one is. Cord cutting can be done when you cut your own beliefs, attitude, and how you let something affect you. It tends to be done with people, I think, doesn't it? You tends to be you cord cut to release yourself or remove some person from your life. But I don't see why it couldn't be done for bad habits, bad cycles.
It's all down to your intention, isn't it?
Yeah, other stuff that you want to let go of. Yeah, absolutely. Amanda did think about a gratitude ritual for the house. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Emma, been beating my agoraphobia. Go, Emma. Started slowly going back into the garden again. Having fresh air really clears the mind. Yes, it was actually very nice getting out in the garden this morning. Now it's finally stopped raining. Nature heals. It really does. It is one of those things that nature heals. This is Sam. Sam and the Rats. Sounds like a band, doesn't it? Sam and the Rats. Remember the other elements, as well as grounding. Go out when it's windy and use that to clear your aura. Use water to wash your energy and use fire to empower your emotions. Good advice. I mean, the elements are there for us to tap into. Mother Nature's very happy for us to use all of those elements to work with. So yeah, absolutely. I don't know. Some of them aren't coming up on my phone for some reason. Who knows why? So this one is light a candle in your old home for a while. Or I think this is for you, Amanda. Light a candle in your old home for a while and then extinguish. Ask for the old energy to go into that. Take it to your new home. Oh, I like that. Then when in the new home, light the candle and allow to burn down to release some of the energy you wish to remain in the new place. I love that idea. That's a very good idea. Thank you for that.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, your crystal grid. Lots of compliments on your crystal grid.
Oh, lovely. Thank you. It's all for you guys as well. So
Green has made nature grids before. Yeah, I make nature mandalas all the time with all sorts of things in them. This one is a good question. Anyone want to take that one while I'm just messing about with my phone to get it to work properly?
How would you put the positive energy in after clearing out the negative energy? I think I would go around with the other elements, really. If you've used smoke to clear out negative energy, then I think I'd go around with a lighted candle and bless each room.
I do it at the same time. Yeah, if I'm going around with the smoke, then I'll chant. I'll say remove the negative energy, but bring in the positive.
Yeah.
You can do it when you're doing your housework, can't you? I do it a lot when I'm doing the housework. Heather was vacuuming earlier, so you can vacuum up the negative energy, and when you go around and do your polishing and your dusting, bring the positive energy in with that. It's like you said earlier, Sue, isn't it? It's all about intent, really. That's the big part of it. Cleanse, then bring in the positive. But you can do it at the same time. Just work it into your wording and your visualization. Again, you can wander around with a smudge stick, with the smoke, or drumming or bells or whatever it is you do to clear the negative energy from your home. You can wander around and say your chant out with the negative energy, in with the positive. It doesn't have to be more poetic than that. But if you haven't backed that up with your actual own intent with it, then you're just saying words. And whilst words do have power, In that situation, you are just wafting smoke about and saying words. You have to back it up with your magic. It has to have your actual will and your intent behind it to work. Just how I see it anyway. This one is Leslie Ann. Laughter of children is a wonderful cleanser. We could hear them actually outside in the garden today, in the other gardens. Easter Sunday fun is powerful. Yep. Well, because it involves chocolate too, obviously. Nikki, being on opposite sides of the planet, you can definitely feel the energy change heading in or out of season. Yeah, it's that the seasons, in between seasons, is quite a liminal place as well, isn't it? You're on a pivot, which always makes me think of Friends. Pivot. You are on that kind of stepping out from one and moving into the other one. But it's also about connection. It is about being in connection with I know I bang on about this all the time, being connected to your house, being connected to your garden, being connected to the land that you live on. That connection will help you as well. Willow says, really need to go put out offerings to the land spirits and deities in my garden. But with all the rain, California's been having the past couple of months. I haven't been able to. Me neither, Willow. We've had lots of rain too. The practicalities sometimes get in the way, don't they?
I spent today unclogging one of my bird feeders because water must have been getting in it somehow. Just a seed holder, but it was sprouting grass inside, and I thought, well, that's something happening. So, I had to sort of clear it out, and it was all bunged up, and I thought, it's been like I say, it's just been too damp, isn't it? Too wet, so all sorted now.
That is just, I'm sorry, the names aren't coming up on my phone at the moment. So just finished a 5-hour full moon cleaning frenzy. Wowza.
Wow.
You need to lie down in a dark room or a gin or something. Nikki, I think adding nice smells to your house and opening doors and windows brings in the positive and maybe a nice reward after all that sprucing. Fresh air, being able to throw open your windows is lovely. But that's another thing that I often think of, our senses. If you are struggling with low energy, low vibes, everything feeling a bit hinky, use your senses as well. Your sense of smell can really, really help. If you work with essential oils or scented candles or incense, there are specific scents and smells, there's too many S's in this, that can really lift your spirits. And I think all the citrusy ones are quite uplifting, aren't they? And I like things like geranium as well. Those scents are really uplifting, so you can work with that to lift your spirits. Sound is another one. Music, whatever music you like to listen to. Now, if I was to play Michael Bublé, that would make me happy because that's Christmas songs. If Ness was to play Michael Bublé, she'd be jumping out the window. So using your sound, music as well carries lots of memories and lots of, it brings emotions with it. So for cheering me up, it would be the 80s pop. It would be Cyndi Lauper and Jimmy Somerville and Yaz. That would lift my spirits. But it has to be something that works for you. If you're into death metal, if that makes you happy, then you go with that. So it's about remembering about your senses as well. Taste. Cake, obviously, is something that, my husband came home today from the shops with a bread and butter pudding. Ta-da! Perfect. So it's about using your senses to lift your spirits as well. That really does make a difference, I think. This question is, can you cleanse with a smudge stick anti-clockwise, then clockwise to bring positivity in? That would work brilliantly. Yeah, absolutely. Because anti-clockwise, you are removing things. Clockwise, you're bringing positive stuff in. So yes, that would be perfect. Green says, I adore my sound bowl. I've used it for years. I struggle with sound bowls. I love going to sound baths. We've done those, haven't we? They've been brilliant. They've been really good. But I do find some of the bowls, particularly the crystal ones, set my teeth on edge. I love the gongs, but I think some of the sounds are a bit not quite the right pitch for me. So I think particularly with sound bowls, it's about finding a sound that resonates with you. But they're brilliant for clearing negative energy. Maria, my son asked whether it's just an excuse to eat chocolate for grounding. Hey, it worked for Harry Potter. So it's, Professor Lupin gives him chocolate when he's been attacked by a Dementor, so it must be good. Chocolate's excellent for grounding and for lifting your spirits as well. It has actually got ingredients in it that do lift your spirits. I'm sticking with that anyway.
Expand your waistline.
I like to walk through my apartment dispersing stuck, stagnant energy with a Tibetan singing bowl. Sound is a vibration. It gets rid of negative energy. Then I walk through again, inviting in unconditional loving energy by playing another bowl, and that has a higher pitch. Brilliant. That's you're working with sound vibration on different levels. Perfect. Nikki, lots of rain, add rain chimes. The sound is divine. Yes. That sound of rain. I like the sound of the ocean too. That's one of my favorites. Listen to the ocean and the seagulls. I love that. This one is all the names have gone off my phone. That's not working at all. So I have no idea who this. I do apologize. Rosemary always does it for me. That's quite a strong cleansing scent, isn't it?
I love that smell.
That was Diane, yeah. They periodically come up on my phone and then they disappear again.
Yeah. Hi, Lani. Spent time today sowing seeds, new vegetables. Perfect. It's that time of year. Time outside was greatly needed, and the energy from the sun was powerful. Yes, we've got the sun, we've got the moon, both brilliant to draw energy in to make you feel better. Absolutely. I think the sun particularly. Moon perhaps more for emotional cleansing, emotional needs. Sun for physical and happy energy, definitely. I have down the Bard CDs. Dave, top bloke.
Yeah, brilliant.
Emma, writing these ideas to try. Don't try and think just be mindful, be careful of things. Bells are also good. I have some witches' bells on the front door and can't resist making them ring when I walk past. Perfect. I think it is perhaps a little bit about self-care to a certain extent. Make time for yourself. I know, we're all working wives, mothers, husbands, partners, whatever we might be. Life's chaotic and twirly. It really is. But I think it is important to make time for yourself. Do what makes you happy, whether it is, gardening or, someone might hate gardening. That would be like a chore. So you've got to make sure that it's something that makes you happy, whether it is reading a book or painting a picture or baking cakes. I love to go and bake. That's one of my things to do. I love reading. So set aside time to watch your favorite movie. Have a glass of wine, cup of tea, bowl of popcorn. Don't mix your salt and sugar though, because that's
Saturday Night Fever the other night. I was like, wow.
That's going back a bit.
I watched that the other night.
I think talking as well. If you have got friends, if you have got partners, if you have got teachers, mentors, whatever it might be, talk to someone. They might get a different perspective on it. Looking after your health is obviously, health seems to have been one of the big issues this year so far, and I'm in there with you. So, seek help. There are people that can help you with your health. Now, I know it's not something I do, but journaling. I know, Sue, you draw a card each day, don't you? You do that as well.
Yeah, and I have a journal for that and write. But I add other things if there's anything going on in my life, like I write all that down.
It's quite therapeutic, isn't it? If you to it. It's quite
You
therapeutic.
can look back on them as well. I've got so many journals now that fill up.
Yeah, I'm a bit rubbish at that. So I think it's boundaries as well. This is something that it took me a very long time to learn, is that you can say no. And I'm still quite bad at it. You don't have to say yes to everything that you're asked to do or you're invited to do. It is about setting boundaries, even if it's just within your family or friends. It's okay to set boundaries, because otherwise you will be wiped out completely. And I, trust me, been there, done that. I think, as is, several people have mentioned it too, about being grateful. It's very, very easy to get sucked into that. We call it Eeyore, don't we? We call it being Eeyore. If everything seems to be thrown at you all at once, you feel a bit like Eeyore under this little rain cloud. And I think it is very easy to get sucked into that. But it's not so easy to remember that there are still a lot of things to be grateful for. But that can help if you can take a step back and be grateful, be thankful for what you've got. That can help. Nikki says, on a practical level, look back at what the ancestors did to grow and preserve food. They went through much harder times. Oh, absolutely. They couldn't
sitting there in the dark.
Green. I do set aside time to spend one-on-one with my dog. Sometimes I feel I need to feel a connection to, not people. Yeah. Eric doesn't let me not be connected to him. He has the say in everything. I find journaling and writing generally very relaxing. It can be very therapeutic. The names have gone from this completely now. It's gone. All the names have gone. Oh no, I've got some back now. This is Kerry, struggling with the grumpy cloud. Yeah, that's a good description. You and me both, Kerry. What was it you decided I was called? I've been several things recently.
Grumpy.
Admiral Grumpy. Then I got promoted to Imperatrix Grumpy. Yeah, they've been given several names recently. Fine housework starts to be overwhelming, so I list 3 small jobs to do the next day and then feel I can now spend time with the spiritual side without feeling I should have done this or that or the other. Setting goals, setting small goals is a really, really good idea. Really good. This is Colin. The only thing I speak to every day is my cat. Well, that sounds perfect to me, Colin. Sounds absolutely perfect. This one's Xenia. Do journaling and write down the nice things that happen during the day. Reading this helps me in tough times. So many good things that happened and to be grateful for, in case I only see the negative. It's very easy to slip into that. I can only see the negative thing, isn't it? So yeah, that's a brilliant idea, Xenia. Brilliant idea. Leslie Ann, touch is the sense we most often neglect. Yes, hugs are soul food. Yeah, I live with a hug monster. So yeah, lovely skin creams are cleansing, calming, or energizing, and some fabrics are joyful to have contact with. Me, I can't stand nylon, etc., but love cool linen, warm wool, and silk. Wool does make me itch, but yes, I do. Yeah, sometimes you put something on, don't you, and it makes you feel uncomfortable and you think, no, that's not right, I've got to put something else on. So yeah, I think you're right, Leslie, and we do, don't we? Touch, we do often neglect that. And of course, if you are working with skin creams, body lotions, hand lotions, you bring scent into it as well. You bring pampering, self-care into it. And you can also charge those creams with magical intent. You can charge your hand cream, your face cream, your body cream with positive energy. And you've got a kind of double whammy then of self-care, of the sense of touch, and a bit of magic thrown in there as well. Nikki, you have to balance your Eeyore with a bit of Tigger.
Oh, I like that.
Bouncy, bouncy, fun. See? Perfect. Now we had loads of stuff that we were going to do. I've got a whole from the Curative Magic book?
Yeah, loads of notes.
Yeah, loads of notes. But we didn't get very far. Let's have a look what we missed out. Sue, have you got anything to add from there?
When you were talking about finding time for yourself, I was reading through the Curative Magic book today, and I really like the everyday exercises. That there's just like a few minutes, just making yourself sit there with a cup of tea and, you know, focus on your breathing or things like
Anything,
that. It's all finding time for yourself, just for a few minutes each day.
It's a ritual, isn't it? Anything we do like that can be made into a ritual or is a ritual. Even cleaning the teeth is a ritual. Yeah, if you can make yourself a cup of tea first thing in the morning or last thing at night and just sit quietly with your thoughts and relax, you can turn it into a little ritual. It is. You have to start small, I think, particularly if you are really busy. If part of the problem is that you are so hectically, stupidly busy, and trust me, I'm there as well. You have to break it down and make sure that you start with little things. And there's all sorts of rituals surrounding tea and tea magic and making a pot of tea.
I'm not going to lie, the word exercise frightened me, and then I read it. I'm going to be jogging around the block or something.
Whenever you see the word exercise in any of my books, trust me, it's nothing to do.
And then I remembered who wrote the book, and I thought,
not going to be physical exercise. I think colour magic for me as well. I work a lot with colour magic. I think colour's quite important because colour again can lift your mood or change your mood. And whether you're wearing it or dressing your altar with it or putting a fresh bedspread on the quilt cover on the bed, colour can make you feel up or down depending. Nikki says, every day we sit outside in the bothy and have a cuppa. I always light a candle and incense and we have a small waffle about our day. I'm coming over to you, Nikki. We're all coming over. My morning ritual is feeding the cat. Yeah, make a cuppa, put birdseed out and then have breakfast. Mine's pretty much the same. Let Eric out for a pee. Pete does make the cuppa and the breakfast. And make sure the birds are. It's a ritual. Anything that you repeat like that is a ritual, and you can add a bit of magic to it without even thinking too hard about it. If you're drinking your tea as well, charge your cup of tea or your coffee with positive energy. If you have herbal tea, you can pick herbs that are specifically for uplifting, raising your energy, that kind of thing. They'll probably taste disgusting.
I did try some of your recipes today for the herbal teas, but I ended up, my favourite one was chamomile, lavender and lemon balm. But I have to say, go easy on the lavender.
Yeah, otherwise it tastes like soap.
Yeah. You don't need 1 teaspoon of each.
We all have different tastes, don't we? So I think herbal tea is about having an experiment, isn't it? It's about mixing and matching to see what works for you. But there's lots of different herbs that are specifically for raising the energies. And magic of any kind, making a witch's bottle or a sachet spell using those different herbs and crystals and whatever it might be. Very simple, very straightforward. Going back to scent again, if you get a little bottle and put some salt or some sand in it and then put a few drops of essential oil in it, put the lid on, you can carry it with you. And then when you need, a bit of uplifting or a bit of a breather, a bit of calming down, whichever it might be, take the lid off your little bottle and have a little sniff, like smelling salts almost.
Yeah, I was going to say like smelling salts.
Yeah, but it can it can just click you out of that kind of funk, really. I'm having a look here. Lots of crystals. Obviously, Ness worked with the crystal grids there, but you can carry crystals with you, can't you? I'm betting now, wherever we go, these guys have crystals in their bras or in their handbags or in their socks.
Today. Yeah.
Is that your favourite one to work with, Sue?
It is for any kind of stress thing. I'm going through it a bit at the moment, and it does it helps release negative energies, and it's grounding and protecting.
That's smoky quartz, isn't it? I like it.
I do love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bit big to fit a
That's
bra,
a
though.
piece as well. Yeah,
Emma
I'm
says
sharp for that.
sleep tea ritual is great for unwinding. Yeah, it's a focus, isn't it? If you do a little kind of making the cup of tea and putting your positive energy into it. Green says, my morning is let Noel the corgi out, make a cup of coffee, let Noel back in. She and I sit in the recliner in the dark because I get up very early and just be for about 20 minutes. That sounds perfect. Yeah, quiet time before the husband, kids and work all get up and get going. Absolutely. Nikki, another way to lift energy is to put on favourite music and have a good boogie. And anytime you can laugh, put on your favourite comedian or silly video that cracks you up. Yeah, it reminds the 80s pop music that I dance about to. But, you know, if you've been to any kitchen witch chat or ritual, you know that laughter is key to anything that we do. It raises the energy. It really does. It really does. Maria, just found dandelion tea, which is quite nice, slightly bitter, so put a little honey in it. You can keep that one, Maria. I have tried. Sue, didn't you have dandelion coffee for a while?
No, it wasn't. I thought it was. It's barley, though. Barley and rye.
Barley coffee. Yeah, that was yucky too, but we won't tell Sue.
Oh, well, that's all I can drink, really. And herbals.
This is always carry a piece of black tourmaline, very good for deflecting negative energy. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. And always carry a selenite heart with me. Selenite's a very strong connection to the divine. That one is that one for spirit connections as well. My morning ritual is telling the blind cat that I'm not dead yet and he can't eat my face. Oh, poor little pussycat. Emma, or watch these lovely ladies that make us all laugh. Yeah, you're going to get laughter. Lani, time out is something I do struggle with, but since being off for the holidays, school holidays at the moment, have been doing some yoga and meditation. It's only been for about 15 minutes, but it's made a big difference. Do you know, I think that's also another important thing, Lani. Thank you for that. Meditation. Even if all you do is sit locked in the bathroom for 5 minutes on your own, lock out everybody, and just have a few minutes to yourself. It's really helpful. You don't need to meditate for hours and hours. You really don't. You can literally a few minutes. That's all you need. And it will make a real difference. Nettle tea helped me get my energy back after COVID. Again, I'll leave you with that one because nettle, very, very useful in all sorts of things. Very, very magical plant. Very magical plant. We've made Willow laugh. Lani, have to, otherwise Amy would follow me to the toilet. Yeah, kids do that, don't they? Kids and dogs. Dogs. Follow you to the toilet. There's no escape. But meditation as well. You can work with meditations that are uplifting, that are specifically for that, to take you to that better place, or even to take you to a place where you find insight into how to deal with what you're going through as well. I'm flicking through these spells. Spells are really good too. Creativity, very releasing. A ritual. You can do a ritual to release negative energy, to bring in positive, to lift depression. Ritual spells, all really, really good for that. Affirmations. I think someone said earlier about writing in the journal and writing positive things. You can make yourself an affirmation jar. Get to the end of each day and write something positive that happened to you on a slip of paper. It might just be that someone opened the door for you when you went into a shop. It might be that you saw the first flower of spring. Might be that you saw a magpie. Whatever it might be, write it down on a slip of paper, put it in a jar. And then when you're having a bad day, you can pull one of these slips of paper out and read something positive. That works quite well, because words are or memories, words invoke memories which are powerful. Foods, bread and butter pudding. Well, actually, bread pudding's my favourite, but cake, basically. We have this kind of magical toolkit that we can draw upon, and some of it is so straightforward, just as pure visualization. But I think it's very easy to forget that when you are stuck under that little Eeyore rain cloud. And that's not diminishing how we all feel, because trust me, it's not. It's about remembering that we have this kind of magical toolkit that we can work with, to pull ourselves out of it, really. And about remembering that you're not alone as well.
Yeah, all here.
Yeah. Being retired and living on my own since my partner died, I had plenty of time on my own. That must take a huge adjustment, and heap loads of positive energy to you for that. Green. Noel is convinced I could die in the bathroom, and it's her doggy duty to not let that happen. Well, you can never be too careful. Mudras, yes, specific hand positions can also be used to uplift mood. Each of the mudras, the hand positions that you hold while you're meditating, all have meaning as well. Maria, affirmations really work. We can convince our brains of anything, whether that's positive or negative. We can convince our brains of anything. So yeah, using affirmations is very useful to turn that into positive. Emma's have you got a Halloween gong? Emma's just noticed you've crocheted the same Halloween gong.
Oh wow, look at that.
We're going to make lots of them.
I got mine too. I didn't make this, obviously. The lovely Emma made that. It's very talented.
Oh, that's a nice one.
We like gongs. So there, I'm not sure that was really where we were going to take this, but we've ended up, as we usually do.
It's always do, don't know.
Yeah. I think it's about remembering that there are some things that we can't change. And it is about recognizing what you can do something about, and doing it. But again, very easy to say, not so easy to do. But remembering that we're witches, and that we have a magical toolkit that we can draw upon, whether it is affirmations, color magic, crystals, spell work, rituals, whatever it might be, even seeking help from deity. We've got that toolkit that we can dip into. And if we at Kitchen Witch here can help in any way at all, we're just a ping away. Contact us on our email via the website or on Facebook. If we can help, we will. I think perhaps we can pop a few blog posts on the Kitchen Witch blog with some ideas and suggestions for things. And I think, Ness, you're going to put your crystal grid picture up as well, aren't you? So it is about, reach out. That's the bonus of the internet and of this electronic world. You are never alone. Reach out across the internet web, the web of weird, electronic web of weird, and people will help. Alex says, just recently blended a tea with chamomile, mint, and red raspberry leaf. Excellent, and worked. I would give that a try. I would give that a try.
Nice.
Emma, thank you, lovely ladies, for making me laugh. Much needed. Sending love to everyone. Oh, bless you. Do you know the energy of anything that we do, of all these online talks and of the chats and the rituals that we do? It's the energy is made up of all of you guys as well. That's what makes it positive. Is not just us, it's your energy as well. So we wholeheartedly thank you for always joining us. We have my weekly chats, which are now on a Wednesday morning, 9 a.m. My author page, my YouTube channel, every Wednesday morning. We've got Wandering Witches, 15th of April. It's next weekend, isn't it? We will be at Wandering Witches. We're all going to be there, so do come up and say hello. We've got a Beltane Witch. Wandering and waffling, yes. And eating cake probably too. We've got an open ritual, online ritual, Beltane. On the hoping someone's going to tell me the date.
23rd.
Thank you. Details are on the Kitchen Witch Common Facebook page. If you are a Kitchen Witch, that's dog waking up. If you are a Kitchen Witch school student, we've got some things happening for you in April that are just for you. So do have a look at the forum and the student-only Facebook group for those details of that as well. And we will be doing more of these hopefully this year as well. So thank you, everyone. Willow, it was lovely for you to be able to join us. Thank you. I love watching all of your cruise stories. Oh, yes. I live vicariously through Willow's cruises. I'm no good on it because I'm dyslexic. Thank you all so much, and remember, you're not alone. If there's anything we can do to help, just reach out. So take care, everyone. Thank you so much. I've got to my elbow.
Absolutely.
Take care, everyone.